Top of the morning, everyone. It is March 11th. Touchstones reading from a child of God and a recovering alcoholic addict with the hot morning coffee. Let's have a moment of silence for those still out there in pain and suffering, please. Thank you. One must not hold oneself so divine as to be unwilling occasionally to make improvements in one's creations. That's from Ludwig van Beethoven. We addicted and codependent men too often feel ashamed of our mistakes. It pains us to admit there is room for improvement in what we have done. When we do see that our work can be improved, shame overwhelms us. Our oversensitivity to flaws puts us in a kind of competition with God. We are not yet resigned to letting ourselves be fully human and letting God be God. Life is much calmer when we remember that who we are and what we do are not the same. We are deeper and richer than any object we create or any job we hold. A genius like Beethoven could see he needed to make occasional improvements in his compositions, and we can follow his model. Allowing for imperfection, we are better prepared to deal with it, and we are liberated to do our jobs and live our lives more fully. I will be content to let God be God and accept my life with all its needs for improvements. Amen. I am very open for this alcoholic addict. I'm very open for improvements. I know that I need a lot of improvements. At one point in my life, when I was out there drinking and driving and drugging, I didn't think I needed to improve at all. I thought it was okay. Everything was fine, and I was far from being right. What I liked about in the beginning, the very first sentence about us addicts or us addicted people or codependent men too often feel ashamed of our mistakes. When I was drinking and drugging, I never felt ashamed. I just would make the same mistake again. I never learned from it. And even in recovery, all the mistakes that I made when I was out there drinking and drugging as a sober person, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm sorry that I did it, but I'm not ashamed. It's two different things. There's a lot of things that I remember that I did that I'm not very proud of. Let's put it that way. But I'm very grateful for where I am today and God keeping me alive long enough to be able to see this side of life, sobriety. It's actually the first time in my life I could say I'm happy to be alive. I cherish breathing in his air. I can't say it enough, and the gratitude that I have for where I am today and all the crap that I did, the mistakes that I made. I'm so happy where I am at, and I want to be that light for somebody else, and maybe that is going down a bad road, and or already has gone down a bad road and needs to see that light. That's what I would like to be for somebody that maybe needs to hear this, because it's never too late. You know, number one, my spiritual awakening was with God. You know, He had me Google Baptist church near me while I was sitting there high as hell in the living room. And then He sits me down in front of somebody that's in the program, and they told me their story, and it's basically mirrored mine. And that's when the light bulb finally went off, and I've never turned back. You know, so if you're struggling, get God in your life, read the Bible, go talk to a preacher or a pastor or minister, go to a meeting. It's my 2 cents. We're allowed to make mistakes, though. Just we learn from them and try to improve every day. I love y'all very much. I hope you have a safe and blessed day. Peace.